Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and live the life we love. Don't forget to loaf. All right, so it's Thursday. It's a little story. It's very interesting. Uh, I'm appealing now to younger people and not to my friends who are sharing the aging process and dealing with end of life issues. Um, but for a lot of young people, it seems that the end could come at any moment, either from a mistake of culture or an accident of nature. Scientific theories and religious myths seem to echo each other in the prediction of some kind of apocalyptic conditions or Armageddon aspect of Earth, as if we're living in an imminent moment of annihilation. And the uncertainty principle has taken over so many people's minds. It becomes the common mood, and young people can wonder, is there going to be any future? I have to question the future. Will there be any future at all? Is the future worth having? And so typically young people are supposed to carry the vision, the dream of life, and make critiques on the social order that apparently the elders have not been able to resolve the crisis, and they need to be called out on that. So is it possible that we can guide the youth and our ancestors giving us any clues? Well, here's a great story from Africa. On the savannas, life pours out teeming herds. And of course, there are predators for those herds. And often the pride of lions like wait in a pack for the hunt. And what they do is the older lions that have lost their teeth are not as fast anymore, but they still can roar. They take those that are oldest and the weakest members and they put them downwind away from the pack. And then that lion roars. And the herds that are between the hunting pack and the roaring lion, they run away from the roar. Fearful. They flee right into the lion pride that's waiting for lunch. Run to the roar is what the old people used to say to the young people. When faced with any danger, go toward the roar, because there you may find safety and a way through. So maybe by facing squarely the projections of fear we have about the end times, we can find a way through. All right, taking that further as a parent, you know, I try to beat the drum of the magnificence of what I see in my children. I want to envision them as being successful and as happy as anybody else who ever lived. So what I want to do is I want to look at them and not criticize them, which is always a mark of my failure to be able to say something better than just sniping at them. But instead, can I see in them what makes them in love with life? And be happy that they discovered that rather than always being on the correcting, corralling, and inhibiting side of what parents can do. And especially to cling to our own thought forms as if like what we know as parents is the absolute gospel truth, rather than, as our Tibetans would remind us, all consciousness, all thoughts do not come from outside ourselves. They're generated from within. So how to realize, to see through your own thought forms that are just mere apparitions. Not every thought pertains to reality, so meditators would tell you you're supposed to be aware of them before you choose to be influenced by them. Well, the yogic point of view is to, first of all, make the effort to do this, because if you don't make the effort, do nothing, get nothing. It's not a no pain, no gain system, but it's a do nothing, get nothing system. Find a way to create rhythmic respiration, harmonizing the three moments of breath, the inhale, the pause, the exhale, the pause. Prolong them considerably. This is the way you will allow your diurnal consciousness, your waking consciousness, to penetrate into other zones normally inaccessible to people who don't make the effort. And then you understand what they're talking about when they're talking about regeneration, the separation of your own essence from the disharmony of the world, the disconnection to the connection to suffering, which also means the lack of fulfillment. So any kind of purification process that we can go to, anything that activates our own essence, our golden essence, it's so powerful, it transforms whatever it comes in contact with, and it uplifts any human being who does this to the next stage of their own evolution and personal development. So yoga has its own logic, find your own yoga, but it's the constancy of the application. It's the effort that you make in this process of planning, carrying through the actions that you're going to attain whatever that treasure is that's there to be gotten. But remember, ships that stay anchored, they're safe, but they don't risk the adventure to find what treasure there might be out there. Next Wednesday is the Good Vibrations class from 11 to 1 called Aging into Saging. Check it out on the website, gabrielhalpern.com, and I hope to see you soon.